Press play. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's get to work on light. Huh? Huh? Just do that, right? Okay, maybe I didn't push hard enough. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. You thought I knew what I was doing. I'm sorry to make you sorely mistaken. So, my model might be a little, like, set off, weirdly, like, always looking down. I don't know. The problem is my placement of my camera makes it hard for me to actually reset it myself. It's okay. Not that big of a problem. I mean, I'm actually technically looking down anyways. Can you, like, pass my mic? Ugh. I didn't move it quite as forward as I wanted to. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Just let me know, okay? You know, if any of the sound is quiet or loud or apple bottom jeans with the fur. I don't know. I don't like that now. I need to figure out which day I want to do karaoke this month. I don't know, everything's weird. I just ended up on doing all that. I guess I don't like any of that. Dude, not soft enough, like not round enough. I guess maybe if I round this more. That might look a little better. Thing is weird. I never know. Sometimes I miss them. Okay. It's Tuesday, right? Or like this. Oh, I was like, did it just die? I really should probably find a music that loops better, but that also means I have to put effort into it. So if I wanted to put effort into it, I'd put effort into it. Getting some works done on art trades and then some secret commissions. They're not really secret per se, but I was asked not to share them until it's all done. And it's gonna be done in like over a course of months. I've got 2, I think, out of the 4 done. It's either 4 or 5. So this month we'll bring another one. I mean, wouldn't we all like to just do art all day? It's kind of weird because I don't feel despite the fact that this is the outfit Light has been wearing in the last time he showed up, which is during this storyline in those kiosks. I just feel like I'm not as in touch with this outfit or whatever anymore. It's been so long, I guess, since I've like really looked at it, like while drawing. Obviously, I mean, I've already drawn it here. So yeah, basically with these, I ended up sketching and inking them out. Actually, I think Monday I got these fully done. So yeah, I was like, I figured that would be a good stream thing to do. I want to get at least one of these done this week, to actually post to the Kickstarter proper. But, yeah, that's a big thing. Plus, I also want to, show you guys some of the tweaked pages because I hit my, my mid goal. We still have over a month left, but yeah, my goal, halfway goal is 500, and I hit it. So over this weekend, which was kind of my weird, let's go for this goal this weekend thing. The only reason I decided to do that though is because I was pretty close. So yeah, it was pretty fun. I expected, you know, I was like, I need like 2 more people and then I can get it. And then suddenly one person did enough and I was like, oh, never mind. It made me very happy though. Yeah. I definitely think I like later Zoskia stuff better, but part of it was I started, it was a rough start for me, not because it was like I physically had the time and everything to do it. I just didn't have the right skill set and knowledge. So like as over the years, as I've done this more, I've gotten a lot more confident and like I guess I've become more pro. I don't know how do you want to word that. Like yeah, I'm getting like skilled maybe that's the word. Yeah, I'm getting more like used to it though, and so like the things that I used to be like ugh are so hard now are not usually the things that I'm complaining about now. Like even the characters that I used to have issues drawing. I mean, some of them are still a little complex, but that's you know nothing. But it's more just like I don't know. I feel like overall it's become more of a second nature and not as much like I guess the best way to word it, like, because I can't really think of a way to word this in English or in any language, I guess. But so like, okay, so when I started this cast, I really wasn't 100% sure. Like, I felt when I first started, I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. Like, how hard is it? Oh hi, RTD. How hard is it to do like, you know, a comic? You know, right? It's like, oh, how hard can it be? Yeah, no. But also a big part of it too is just like, yeah, like doing things like fight scenes and pacing and even coloring and keeping my line straight and cleanup and dialogue and everything. I've learned so much. So that's why I really want to get this Kickstarter like going. I would love to see it actually go to a higher tier too, so I can do some more volumes. All right. Anyways, so RTD stopped by to redeem weird noises. So let us weird the noise. I feel like I'm gonna go faster on these chibis than I've done on some of like the commissions and Patreon stuff because obviously I know these characters a lot better. I'd like to think these characters are really bad. I just make noises. Noises for requests. I bring the request station. That's not it. Hello. Thank you. First timer. Yeah, I see you're new. It says you're in first time chatter. Thank you, time with EJ. I'm sorry, my god, my dyslexia tried to do something weird there with your name. Hi, Quotable. Yeah, you'll notice that the speed on these seems to be a lot more like consistent than some of the others because I'm not having to like stop and look at references like constantly because these are my characters. I know, I'm doing like some weird order like usual. God, I wish I could afford to hire an assistant. I just need some break downtime, but I'm very bad at that. How do like people relax? I've been having really bad trouble sleeping again, and it's, you know, I'm literally on like a controlled like a controlled narcotic or whatever prescription, and I still can't sleep. I'm like, what is going on? I slept better last night, but the night before was like, ugh. I was so dead. I don't know how I managed to do what I managed to do. I actually tutored half dead. I'm like, I don't know how that managed. One of you guys gotta teach me your secrets. How does one sleep? No, actually, I don't drink caffeine. Generally past like 5. I also do actually metabolize caffeine a lot faster than most people. I have water right next to me now. It's flavored because I use like what are those Mio squirts? But yeah, it's not the like with the one with caffeine or even B12 or in it. It's just like, I mean, technically it's a Meyer local, so it's like a generic brand. Even it's not. Yeah, no, like that's just it. It's like my doctor and stuff was like, you know, try this, try the meditation, try the blah 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 blah. None of it works. And even a lot of the medications that would normally work for people don't work for me because I metabolize like medications and drugs and stuff way too fast. So, I mean, I guess that's a good thing in some regards. Like, I don't think I ever really have to worry about getting drunk. Not that I like drinking that much anyways. Like, I'm even avoiding alcohol and stuff before bed. I don't drink very much regardless, but like that was another thing that people are like, try this. I'm like, yeah, I don't do that. I generally don't drink in with a couple hours of bed because of the fact that it would mess with my meds. Hi, kitten. So yeah, I don't know. It's been a ride. Whenever I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, I just turn my mind off." Like, how? How do you just turn your mind off at night? To me, that seems like so like wow. But do that in Owen Wilson's voice. Wow. I can't do Owen Wilson's voice. Y'all are gonna have to do it for me. I think I may have made his collarbone up too high. Nobody. Let's see. Well, if I make them at least the same, though, it should be fine, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, I have narcolepsy and insomnia, so they're kind of, you know, yeah, like when I literally just got the diagnosis for narcolepsy like this past year, and I was like, are you sure? I can't fall asleep at night. But yeah, I was getting really drowsy while driving, and I assumed it was because of lack of sleep. But she wanted to like, you know, put me in for another test, like a different sleep test than I had done. And yeah, sure enough, I have narcolepsy. But yeah, basically, the medication I've taken a lot of different ones. Most of them work for like the normal person, but like for some reason, like they just won't work for me. And like this one, it seemed to be working when I first got it, but I've only had it for like I don't even know if I've had it for a month yet, and it's not working already. And now, of course, the narcolepsy medicine, as I like to call it, my anti-narc medication that was working super well, is now also having issues because it is being affected by this one because there's only so much your body can do to keep you awake when you're trying to fall asleep. Like in the day. I mean, the gist of it from what I understand is that apparently I don't produce the chemical that like one of the chemicals you need for sleep at the right time. It doesn't do it at night, and so my body just kind of is like, oh no, we forgot to do it, and just does it randomly throughout the day. But it's not melatonin, it's something else. I can't remember what it's called. It's in my medical chart. But yeah, that's what was decided. I don't know. I like to tell Kitten that this is her future. Mind you, Kitten is my older sister. Like I've mentioned before, Kitten is legit my blood sister. Like no, we have the same parents. Like this isn't like me being facetious or anything. Like we literally sprung from the same loin. That phrase, man. But yeah, I've been getting all the autoimmune things and all these weird issues from a pretty young age, but she's starting to show some of the same symptoms. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But that's also why I was like, okay, I can't keep doing this. I need help. And then I've had some weird issues where I've been getting a lot of bruising on my thighs for no apparent reason. So I did finally get in. I think I mentioned that when it first started happening. So yeah, I was told like, oh, if it's still showing up at the end of January. Yeah, it was. So I have an appointment with a hematologist Monday. All my blood work came back normal, which is good and bad. It's good because I probably don't have anything like directly blood related or anything. But how did my rheumatologist say it? The white blood cells are like working hard. So they're there and they're not a low count, but they're really active, which means they're fighting something. Pow, ka-chow. So it may end up being another autoimmune diagnosis. And some of them I don't like so much, like EDS. And contrary to what Wong believes, I'm not talking about erectile dysfunction disorder. Wait, yeah, that's just ED anyways. EDS is kind of a weird one, but I also have some other symptoms of it, which makes me a little worried because I know some people who have it and it's not fun. Plus it is. None of this will kill me. Just make me miserable. No, but I've been working really hard to just kind of get in better health and better mind, like, you know, mental space, which is obviously hard when, you know, your body is trying to kill you, but been trying to take more breaks. It's hard. I'm hoping this weekend to actually do some more Star Ocean. I know I kept saying that, but then I got like swamped with commissions and I need the money right now, so I was like, oh. But I'm kind of to the point where I've got like one actually paid for left. I've got two more, I guess I should say, on the burner because they haven't paid for them yet. But I know they're coming. One of them was a surprise. I literally got it today. She messaged me while I was at work. So that was something. And the other one is that one I was telling you guys earlier about. Is kind of my secret one where it's just one a month. So he let me know that he'll be paying me for the next one in the cycle or whatever next week. So. No, I just want to draw a lot. When you know how like sometimes though when you don't have energy, it's just hard to do anything, right? Yeah, that's unfortunately how I was a lot in January, which is why I just kind of like stagnated. But I guess I needed that rest, so it's not a bad thing. Guys, don't ever be afraid to take rest. I know I'm like the worst person for this because I'm really bad at that, but yes, please. Take rest. It is very important. I've also started getting into like con season setup, so that's another thing. I got some emails I need to answer for that too. It's weird. A lot of the regular ones I would normally try to go to, I didn't either get in at or they just did weird stuff this year. So like, or I'm waitlisted and I don't expect to get. So like, instead I'm doing a bunch of like Ohio conventions. So I'll be in Ohio a lot this year. And I got one like down in Kentucky. It's an author show though, so it's not just like an anime con. Most of them are actually comic conventions too. I'm gonna really push hard to do some of those kiosk stuff. I'm also like, which of those kiosk character do I want to try to make? If I'm feeling up to it, I'd like to try to do Poison. Wow. Viridian. She's poison user. I love Viridian though. She's so silly and dumb, but also smart. Like she can tell you like a shit ton about like poisonous plants. But she noticed something was wrong during the fight with the necromancer, but she couldn't like pinpoint it because she's just like, oh, critical thinking. I can't do this. She got beat up a lot. I just feel like, ugh, maybe I have too much of a gut right now to do her. I'm hoping to go like walking and stuff once it gets warmer. Yeah, so like I think I've mentioned this before. I'm completely off crutches right now for walking. I'm not like 100% stable, but I am off crutches. I have still been keeping it in my car, but I think this coming weekend, I should say. I'm just too lazy to do it most days. I'm gonna finally take it out of my car because I don't think I need it. With the brace, it's stabilizing my knee enough, so I can do that. And yeah, like I still can't like do really long walks. I need to take breaks and stuff, but like yeah, no, I'm doing better. And it still will hurt, and it more so like I guess swells. It's like it just. I don't know if you guys how to illustrate this. Like, you ever feel like a muscle or a joint just kind of like feels really stiff and thick? Like it just feels like it's stiff and it like you can literally like feel it's swollen without actually touching it. It's just a weird like really like almost locked up feel. Like that's what I get a lot right now. So the pain is definitely managed a lot better. So I'm like, yay! And I just need to keep strengthening that leg to help with the cartilage unfortunately is, you know, just dead. There's nothing you can really do about it. But I can at least keep it from getting like too bad. So I'm used to hearing bad news at the doctor, so I was really excited to hear that. But yeah, so that's been a big thing is I'm working on that. Cause yeah, I want to be able to go to the zoo and walk around again and not have to worry about it. And I want to go hiking again. I don't know if I'll ever get up to, obviously, to the exact point I was, but you know. Baby steps. Of course, I was joking. I had a dentist appointment, or was it last week? I think it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, I always get like that's like the one thing on my health that is fine is my teeth. So I always have really good appointments. I didn't have any cavities or anything. But yeah, so I'm like, yay, finally something. I have to go in for the eye doctor, but my insurance is so dumb with the eye doctor, so I'm gonna have to pay almost all of it out of pocket. So I'm like, I gotta save up for that. Like, I know I'm due for an exam, but I can't afford it right now. And especially new glasses. I could use some new glasses though. Oh, I want to get LASIK in the future. I had somebody explain, well, Twaifu. You guys have probably seen her streaming with me before. If you're not, it's AREX 9000. She was, she had LASIK. I almost said RASIK. Wow. I'm good at this English. LASIK. And was telling me a bit about it. The weird thing to me is that the fact that you're awake the whole time, but I guess it makes sense. My eye doctor actually said that it's a viable option for me too, so I was like, oh man. I think with how bad my vision is, I would unfortunately still always need some kind of glasses, but if I could go down to like a lesser prescription, it'd be cheaper. Yeah, my prescription is pretty strong. I've lately been exchanging my glasses with friends and realized I literally have my eyes as bad as like my mother. I was like, what the hell? Like I had her exchange glasses with me and one of her lenses I could see out of and I was like, I don't like this. Like, please, no, stop. I'm not ready to become my mother. Too young. Yeah, I don't know if anything exciting has really happened besides the Kickstarter stuff. Work. In general, I'm just sorting books today. I got a little more sort tomorrow. Teach again tomorrow. Let's see. So last week we covered. If you guys don't know, I teach for a local art gallery. I teach at a local art gallery, but yeah, it's a contract position. I teach children how to draw manga. Literally, that's what I teach. We did sound effects and dialogue last week, so I think this week is finishing techniques like screen toning and stuff. No, I just teach the syllabus is my own too, but I've been teaching this class for a while, so I pretty much have just been tweaking the same syllabus. I always have that one student, though, that doesn't do their work. Never fails. This class is way smaller than I'm used to having, and there's still one, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I also went back and redid, like, how much work I actually expected them to have done, because I was like, maybe I'm asking too much of them. And, you know, all the other kids are getting it done fine, and then this one kid's like, nope. God damn it, God. Why do people let me teach their children again? But yeah, no, I just feel like I want to murder this child. I won't, but... I guess I feel like I'm sitting like, why? Like, especially because I also give them time in class to work, and that's kind of what makes me most annoyed. I'm like, dude, you have all this time? What were you doing this whole time during work time? It's like the first hour is lecture, and then the second hour, it's a 2-hour class, is like basically work time. Some of the lectures are longer, but still. Like, dude, put in minimal effort. That's all I need, minimal effort. I personally like came up with the idea for I was actually the one who submitted the idea to them, but obviously they were the ones that accepted it. And I've been teaching that class for about 10 years now. Different locations. They have like 4 sessions throughout the year. So, and each session is 9 weeks right now, I think. Once upon a time it was 10 weeks. I always get confused. I think it's at 9 weeks though. Yeah, it's changed time and everything, and it's weird. But yeah, so... Hair is still weird. Yes, I know I'm the character designer, I can still say that. Oh, hi, Spiker. What are you talking about, Kirito? This is definitely the State of the Union address. State of the Union, the state is unionized, and we're in a state of confusion. Is the State of the Union tonight? I don't know. Nobody in America knows what's going on. Oh, hi. Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's how much I know. We're gonna talk about Fudas? Is that what it is? Oh my god, have you guys seen that? So, if you're not American, even if you are, you may not have seen this. I'll go ahead and go over it with you briefly. I told my boss about this today. I was like, I had to ask him when I got in. So, what is it? Federal Unemployment Tax Act? Oh, thank you. I will check my posture. That actually, God, my neck is cranky. But yeah, so, yeah, it's federal. Here, give me a sec. Let me write this out really sloppily for you so you can see it better. Federal. That's not how you spell federal. Federal Unemployment Act. Yes, the abbreviation of it is FUTA. I'm like, dude, why did they not Google the acronym? But yeah, so, it's literally a real thing. Like, yeah, so, like, I had to, like, bring it up to my boss, and he didn't know what Fuda was. So I taught my boss at the comic shop all about Fudanari today, and then, like, his first thing after he figured it out is he goes and he calls his wife to tell her all about it. I'm just like, this is great. I mean, I don't blame him for being, like, really amused about it, though. Like, I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, they're kidding, right? Like, no. Yeah, so don't worry, guys. Fuda for everyone in the US. Oh my god. Yeah, chicks with dicks. One time, I had my trunk full of Fudas. I really did, actually. But yeah, so if you guys do not know what futanari is, I'm gonna teach you bad things. It's basically girls with dicks. No, so I work at a comic shop. That's my one of my many jobs. So that's I do it 3 days a week in person. That's a comic shop. Yeah, no, it's a really chill place. So yes, I can get away with talking about crap like that there. Kirito actually visited today too. It was his wife's birthday, so they came to visit and we had sandwiches and just chatted. It was nice. Tuesdays are always kind of slow. Thursdays are the slowest though. Wednesdays the busiest. Oh my gosh, hi. Wait a second, that's not quotable. That's Kirito. You making me hydrate, man? Oh, Kirito, if you haven't, you have to go use the hydrate on Too Much Wong's channel at some point, because it's white that hits him. I made mine look like water, because no. You guys ain't paying me enough for that. I don't like how this hair is coming out. What's the point of doing redeems if you can't have fun with them? You feel dirty now? You just threw like a bucket of water on me, that's all. No, no. Wongs are the ones that will make you feel really dirty. Spike your nose. What are you talking about, Spiker? We all do. Actually, isn't PDB the worst one for that? My favorite thing is to go onto Cosplaying Kitten's channel and wait for one person to do the hydration redeem, and then like we just do like a train of it. You and PDB share. Does Wong know about this? Does he know he's being shared? Kidder. Oh my gosh, Wong is out of nowhere.
Did someone say hydrate?
Oh god. PDB and Spiker apparently share you, Wong. Oh, Wong, can you come back here for a second? Yes! Ready? No! Wong's enjoying getting trained on. What? Trained on? What? What are you training on him? Wait, what are you training? What? You're squirting white stuff on him to train? What are you guys training for? The limit? Oh, you put the chicken back. Okay, I was like, where'd the chicken go? I can't wait until GBO comes out on PC more, so I can try again. I think I did pretty good. I want to show you, Spiker. I learned some very important stuff I want to show you, so if I can still do it. Maybe one of these days, we can get on PS, and I can sign on to my account, actually. And you guys can see how bad I am. I mean, I did okay, on the beta. I'm not great at that style of game, though. But that's okay, I have fun. I actually really had fun with that. I was surprised. I thought it would be like, I don't know, I thought I would be like, ugh about it, because I didn't really enjoy like the old Gundam game I had that was really clunky. I did stream my gameplay. I was very good in that. I actually, yeah, like, so Wong prior to it had walked me through stuff, and then even during it, he would be like, okay, let's try this, or let's try this. So it was very nice. Yeah, it was very nice having yeah, like a senpai, I guess, on that. Because Wong knows my skill levels. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm not really good at those kind of games. I'm not really good at shooting games, period. Oh my god, me learning how to jump was of something even in that game. I'm really bad at jumping too. Day's good? What's that mean? Did you have a good day? Is that what it means? I'm glad if you had a good day. You said you have walls now, right? Oh, that's good. Yeah, yes, I realize what dats mean. I don't know why that made me think about it, but we were talking about how, like, in Chicago, they're like, doubles, doughbears. And Wong was like, why? And I was like, I honestly don't know. I don't actually know anybody who actually says that either. It was always like announcers. I actually know anybody with really like that hardcore like Chicago accent. I feel like everyone that I know doesn't have an accent, like really. Well, okay, I take that back. Wong has one, but he has a Hawaiian accent, so it's different. Chicago does love its sports. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to watch the Bulls, like back when Michael Jordan. Yeah, that's guys. I mean, I think I've already mentioned how old I was before, but yeah, I watched the Bulls as a child with my mom and stuff, and when Michael Jordan and stuff. Well, yeah, I don't know. I just like cool sports teams. Go sporting. I still remember. So one year, we went down to St. Louis for the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's the football one, right? I think it's Super Bowl. Because yeah, it was like I think it was Chicago and St. Louis playing against each other. Is there a football? It's Super Bowl's football, right? Is there a St. Louis? Who's the Cardinals? Is that football? Yeah, so the Hawaiian accent isn't super always noticeable, but like some of the ways he holds words or like holds out words, I guess I should say, in letters. Yeah, he'll like draw things out weirdly, or even like his enunciation, his emphasis is on weird syllables. But I also have questionable English, so. Oh, it's Cardinals baseball. Maybe I'm wrong then. I thought it was St. Louis because I'm pretty sure we went down to St. Louis to see, because I'm pretty sure it was football, to see whatever team was playing, and I believe they were playing either Chicago, it was what, the Bears or Packers maybe, because either Chicago or Indiana. I don't know. We had a bunch of us and we went down there, and then our car broke down, and it was just a weird weekend. But yeah, so we were down there, and my little sister and I were playing a DS game together. Like, we were passing the DS back and forth, and it gets quiet suddenly, and she's like, how many quarters are in a football game? And, you know, it's like everyone looked at her, and as soon as she said it, you could just see, like, let's stick my foot in my mouth. Yeah, I know football's about guys in tight clothes tackling each other. Basketball was always the one I knew a bit more about because I watched the Bulls when I was a kid, but I actually could play volleyball. That was the one I could play. And then I've also watched Haikyuu. That's obviously, actually that one's a little more accurate than some of the other ones I've seen. Like, as much as I love Kuro no Basuke, there's a lot of questionable things. And oh my god, Prince of Tennis. That show, man. First off, how are those guys middle schoolers? And I know Kaoru is supposed to sound like a snake, but he sounds like he's deflating. It's been a while since I watched that show, or read the manga, but still. Hi, Zri! But yeah, it's something. Now, my little sister always had some of the funnest, like, weird, like, one-off comments that she'd be like, I can't believe I asked that. Blood Bowl? What's Blood Bowl? Like, Warhammer? I don't follow any sports, but I know some nerdy things. Wait, do I follow sport? No. Ice skating is pretty. It is Warhammer, was I right? I was gonna say, that sounds like, I'm pretty sure Kitten was playing a Blood Bowl team at one point. I know more about Tyranids and Sisters of Battle, because those are Kitten's favorites. Yeah. Look at me, I got a thing. We also sell Warhammer at the comic shop, so I've started learning stuff there. My favorite thing to do is to wait for people when they're buying miniatures and ask them how many unfinished miniatures they have left to paint. My boss is like, you're not supposed to ask them that. Like, you know, it's like the taboo, don't say that to mini people. I'm like, nah, I'm going to. Now, they're always really chill about it, but you can at first see, like, the first look on their face is like, oh no. That kind of thing is really like that's definitely not a talent I have. Tyranids. I just know. So my first experience with Warhammer period was my first year at Gen Con with just Kitten. God, it's been a long time now, several years at least. Yeah, so we were going through and looking at like some of the booths, and they had like random loose models, I guess. That would be the proper like loose minis or whatever. And yeah, and she was like, oh, let me know if you see anything Tyranid, because she had just really started getting into it. And I'm like, I don't even know what a Tyranid is, but I will help you look. So yeah, I would just pick up things and be like, is this a Tyranid? And then finally, after a while of asking that, I picked up something and she's like, well, that's half of one. Warhammer Fantasy, even instead of war, conflict is solved by American style. Wait, what? Is that really what it is? Good. No, I mean, like, you're also talking to the girl. I have a bunch of unfinished Gunpla kits. Although, at least in my defense, the reason I hadn't built them first was because I knew I was going to have to move and I didn't want to deal with trying to figure out to take them apart. Now I have a place, so now I have to be able to afford shelves for them because I don't want them to just, like, sit in dust. I don't have enough shelves. I got some shelves I'm saving up for. God, his hair is weird. Why did I do this? I know you can play with the unpainted ones anyway, so it's not like a huge thing in that case. I just know sometimes I pick up Citadel paint for Kitten at my shop because we sell Citadel. And that's the one I actually did go God, she had a lizard man army or something. One of the times I went to Games Workshop with her. Yeah, somebody was supposed to be teaching her how to play, and they were really mean. It was more like they were like, I can beat you, so I'm going to. Like, what? Sir, I'm not moving my anime girls out of the way. Besides, the anime girls I have up so far are in the bedroom because they're a little questionable for if we have visitors. I want to get more shelves for, I'm going to have a whole Gundam shelf. Oh, hi. Hi, Quotable. There's your hydrate. Technically, my Locus bunny is actually in the bedroom, but she's not super lewd. She's just, I have all the bunny girls there. But I have a lot of Char stuff and helmets, and we have some figures, because when they come into the store, I've grabbed them. We have Sayla. I grabbed... My God, I just forgot his name. I've the main guy. Wow, why can I not remember his name? G Gundam. I have Rain and Domon. Oh my God, I blinked there. The lore is basically oh, interesting. No, that's honestly pretty fun. What's Infinity? I know what Unfinity is. We also sell magic cards at the shop. Oh, there's my Kickstarter thing for my Nightbot. That's the Kickstarter this is for. Yay! Now, honestly, I learned most of the stuff just because I don't know. When we have customers come in and I don't know something, I like asking them about it. Like, I want to make conversation and know that, like, I'm working at a freaking shop that sells this. The least I can do is, like, learn some basics. Like I said, because, like, a lot of, like, the mini stuff Kitten's into, I always ask her questions. And, like, I'll go with her places where she buys stuff or things, or when she's working on commissions. Oh, hi, you my sweets! Like, actually, Kitten, she has done some shows with me where she has placed in first and second and third in some painting categories. Pretty awesome. Don't ask me what the heck they are. Oh, hello! Oh my God, I don't know if I ever showed you. I don't know if I shared it anywhere except, well, I think Kit might have shared it in the Discord. She got like a mini a Tubi model from Nier, and she pinned it up for me for Christmas. Like, she literally freaking did all that detail, and that thing is like small. Oh, cool. I hope you're enjoying it. I played a little bit of Overwatch 1 once upon a time. But I just was like, I don't like the pay to win thing. I was doing a little bit of evolution first, and I'm like, even that, I'm kind of like, off on. What are what, Spiker? What? Espeon? It's a Pokemon, right? It looks like Espeon, right? News according to Eileen, you're... I'm a teenager again? Oh, okay, cool. Does that mean I have nice supple skin? Time to bathe. Oh, Eileen. Game where it's black with a cobra. Oh, interesting. I know what XCOM is, at least. But don't ask me. Well, I guess I don't know what they are. I have photos of them somewhere. I'm probably on my cosplay Facebook page because it was done at a con. Oh. See, I don't think Goonies is an insult. Goonies never say die. Besides, Goonies were like a bunch of like people that kind of, like bunch of kids who fell out of place but wanted to do something, and so they went treasure hunting. Like, what is bad about that? They even had an Asian guy. That is actually one of the few movies that I watched because my mother made me, like, I say make me, it's a weird way, but you know, she was like, well, let's watch this movie or whatever. And Goonies was one of the ones that, like, back when she was like, we're watching this, I actually enjoyed, so I like Goonies. I mean, I don't think I could, like, watch it nonstop. Yeah, she's always annoyed that I don't want to watch Christmas Carol anymore, or Christmas Story. But, you know, I worked at Suncoast during Christmas. I think that's enough said. You guys don't know what Suncoast is if you're little babies. It was a video store that used to exist. FYE bought it out. You're not American, you probably have no idea what any of that means, but... Does FYE stand for something? Anybody know? Yeah, One-Eyed Willy. Let's go find a guy named Willy and steal his eye. I understand. I like those kind of adventure movies. Like, I really like, what is it? Like National Treasure and stuff too. Blockbuster. I do know Blockbuster as well. I'm that old as well. I think you're younger than me, Spiker, aren't you? By like a year? I'm sure you're a little baby. I know Kirito is older than me. Obviously Kitten is older than me. She's my older sister. But we're not talking like, we're 2 years apart. That's it. Technically, Wong is 8 months younger than me. But we have the same childhood. Except for, you know, he has the Hong Kong, Hawaii stuff and I didn't have. Yeah, I thought you were a lot younger. Little baby. Little baby. You can call me Nason, it's fine. I'm telling everyone to call me Nason anymore. It's fine. I feel like age doesn't really matter after a certain point anyways. Kirito, you can't call me Nason. You're older than me. I'm not a baby. Biker, we've seen your secret stash of diapers. We know. Although at least I will say, even at the comic shop, there's one of our regulars, we've hit it off really well since, but yeah, I was talking about something, and she was like, wait a second, how old are you? We realized we're only a couple years apart, because she's a little older than me, but I was like, yeah, no, we grew up in the same generation kind of thing, so yeah, it's like, dude, I'm not as young as I guess I look. Oh, hi, Jig. Bork? Bork? That's what I say to him. That's right, Spiker. Mostly even, I guess. I can't even tell what that is. Guy? Yeah, guys, my eyes are terrible. It's a trap. That doesn't look like a soulful. Oh my god, we've been watching Mysteries Inc. Scooby-Doo's Mystery Inc., the cartoon or whatever, the animated. And like every time Freddy is talking about traps, I know he means like traps, like as in like you catch something, but I always just keep picturing him like talking about like, you know, like traps, like, you know, guys that look like girls. And then of course, it's even better in the one episode where he's like, I might not be it might not make me a man, but I like traps. And Daphne is like, oh my god. It does give me the right. But, Spiker, I am not putting you over my knee. Although, according to Wong, that does not mean spanking. Every time I see that cover. I also told that story to my boss at the comic shop, too. So now, whenever that Bane and Batman cover shows up, we're just like, oh god. We're horrible people. For those of you, just in case you guys hadn't heard that story, so yeah, like one of the times it was on an older stream because I think Spiker was there on that stream too. I don't know if we were playing Valheim or what, but yeah, like I had been talking to Wong earlier and I mentioned something about like, you know, somebody putting a kid over their knee and like he was just like, what? And like looking at me horrified. So like, you know, the more I was talking to him about it, I realized he took the, like when somebody said that, he was thinking of like when when Bane took Batman and put him over his knee and broke his back. So that's what he thought it meant. And like, yeah, everyone else I asked was of course like spanking, but his older brother also thought it was like Batman and Bane. Nobody knew who I was until I spanked Batman. But yeah, that's okay, Spanker. You can also be the spanked. But yeah, so it was just really funny. So yeah, of course I had to tell, like when I was sorting comics like the day after, ironically that cover happened to be in the sub and I was like, oh god. So I told my boss and now like he also does the same thing. I said, yeah, no, I can get it. My boss is pretty chill at the comic shop. So I don't really see the supervisor much for classes. So that's a little different, but I don't think I'd tell them this kind of stuff. So, yes. It's also interesting. Like it's just interesting in general with some of the stuff when I have conversations with Wong because of the fact that like he knows a lot of his English is based off of like I guess like more like English translations of like Cantonese and stuff. Sometimes stuff doesn't line up. And, like, there aren't, like, the same words for stuff. So, and if you guys remember, was it just last week when I was talking about that egg thing I ate? Where he couldn't actually, like, he was like, I don't know what to call it. In English, it's that kind of thing. I described it as an omelet. I still have no idea what it's called. Like, in English. But there isn't always an English equivalent. As somebody who translates Japanese, I can tell you that same thing. There's been a lot of times where I'm like, I don't know. Like, I can tell you what it means, but I can't, like, give you just one word for it. Oh god, that looks way too low. Yeah. Not everything is gonna have, like, an exact translation. This is why you see so many, like, transliterations and stuff. I think Seiyuki and Mixum 11 have been the most difficult. Mixum 11 has been forever, but Seiyuki wasn't that long. Well, I guess that's at this point. There are a lot of really weird ones in there, though. Especially because, as I like to say, Hawkeye spoken kanji. Like, he would use kanjis that nobody used anymore. Like the word Neruhodo, which, yes, is the name of the main protag in Phoenix Wright, Japanese. It's Phoenix Wright's name. But it's also, literally like naruhodo, like I see, and there is kanji for it, but nobody uses it unless you're freaking Hawkeye and Seiyuki, and then you use it. Like, god damn it, Hawkeye! So yeah, that's always a joke thing that Talos X and I have. I had to do so much research for that one just because of all the religious stuff in there, like Buddhism. I'm obviously I'm not religious, but I don't know much. Like, I was talking to somebody about this the other day online. It was not on a. It was actually in a private message. I met another comic artist that we were chatting, but like I don't like the fact that the U.S. education system doesn't really teach us about anything outside of like the basic American history, some European history. Even religion, we don't really learn much about anything besides like Christianity, well, I mean, technically Catholicism is it, but like we'll learn a little bit more about some of the basic, like some of the specifics, like Protestant, and I don't even really think we learn about Baptist. I just knew a Baptist, so. No, I mean in Japan a lot of the kanji are used, but that's just it. If some of these are more archaic, I guess would be the way to say it. Is like people don't use them anymore, which has been weird because I've actually seen a trend of that while I've been learning Japanese. So like for instance, the word baka, like idiot in Japanese, actually has kanji. The kanji is like horse in it. Oh, check this. Give me a second. I mean, I guess I could have just literally gone and just typed it in for you guys, but deer. I should have remembered it was deer. Yeah, so the kanji is horse and deer together. But nobody like uses that really. You'll see it occasionally when they're like bakana. But typically you see baka in katakana actually, because it's kind of like a slang. They use katakana if it's not only an imported word, but if it's like slang. Remember, I have probably read more books than you, especially when it comes to Japanese. Pretty much all my manga anymore is in Japanese. I've actually sold most of my English books. But yeah, it's just a weird thing to So yeah, that was a lot of things because like there was a lot of kanji that like aren't used. But yeah, so like when I first started learning Japanese in middle school, I guess. Yeah, like baka was still being used in kanji somewhat. And if it didn't, they always wrote it in hiragana. And then like as it progressed, I've suddenly started seeing a lot in katakana. And nowadays, you tend to see it a lot more like that. Now, it is actually very common for most, even younger generation not to know kanji in Japan because they like how to write it, I should say. They can read it, and they can type it and know which articles, but that's just it. They don't know how to handwrite it because they just type it. Like, I live with books, sir. Alright, Spiker, I know a best way. If you want to teach me something, let me read one of your writings. It's obviously the only way. In exchange, I will send you a photo of Wong's foot. Definitely another thing. If you've read a word and haven't heard it used, but have only read it and know what it means, yeah, it's always fun when the pronunciation is totally different than what you expect. You didn't say you wanted to teach me. You said I should learn. So you obviously got to provide the material. I'm gonna tell Mama Ghostly, and then you're gonna go sit in timeout. You won't get any dessert. No blondes for you. You're never too old to learn, though. You heard me. You heard me! I don't think I want to leave his eyebrows this way, though. I don't know. I don't like that. Okay, well, we're here. We'll just do the blush lines really quick. Alright. I hope Lynn can try to enjoy her birthday days off. Good night, Kirito. That's an eraser tool. That's why it doesn't work. Ice cream. Okay, I'm getting off, guys. There's ice cream. It's about an hour anyways. Okay. Alright, so yeah. I still have a lot to go. I don't know what I want to do with his eyebrows. Yeah, it's those kiosks. Alright, so yeah, this is for my Kickstarter, guys. So please help me back my Kickstarter. I'm finally gonna be printing those kiosks in full color, so it'll be really cool. I'm really excited about it. We're already halfway there. There's still over a month left, but there's also a lot of stuff that can be unlocked. So I'd like to see, obviously, we'd all would. But yeah, the more that gets unlocked, the more chances I have at doing more books, and that makes me excited. Plus more books are selling, and that also makes me happy. Yeah, those kiosks is my webcomic, so it is also available free online, but this is going to be like really re-edited and formatted and just a lot prettier. So, and no watermarks, obviously. Okay, cool. I don't know, if I don't stream sometime this weekend, I will be on again next week doing art. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I'm gonna eat my ice cream, guys. Oh, stop the music. Alright, I wonder if RTD is still playing game. It's not. I don't know who this is. Okay. Oh, it's gone. You're right. Oh, what? I haven't done anything yet. Hold on. So is this how I read? Yeah. Read. Yeah, you guys are gonna just have to. Oh, yeah, I know. My end screen is still a really old model. I want to do it, and I have a new entire thing I want to do for it. I just haven't had time to draw it. So, all right, guys, we're gonna get rid of my friend the swarm. Let's all swarm him and throw fries. Woo! Good night. Reading right now.